100 push-ups as fast as possible. 100 push-ups as fast as possible. Let's do it.
To come back with a dropout rate was higher than the graduation rate, son. Why did you fight to come back to this place? And I say you guys are missing the boat. And the thing that people didn't understand, the reason I had that decision and choice to make, it wasn't about Inky Johnson. Every night I slept on that floor with those roaches and rats. I had 3 little cousins that slept on that same floor as me. And you know what happened? When I went to college, you know what all 3 of them, I was the first one in my family to go to college. You know what all 3 of my little cousins did? Man, I don't have to sell dope. I don't have to join a gang. I don't have to end up in prison. I don't have to end up dead. All 3 of them got up off of the same floor, went to college and graduated, and now they serve in the Army. That is why I went back to Crim High School.
It's this simple to get your dream body. Get this app called Fitbod and go to workout settings to set your preferences. If you want to build muscle,
had nothing to do with me. If every decision and choice you make is just about you, at a certain point you're going to hit something that's a lot tougher than you, and it's going to make you quit because you don't have a driving force for why you do what you do. But when I got up to the University of Tennessee, it was simple. It was simple for me to give everything I had. My freshman year, I played special teams. My sophomore season, I broke the starting lineup, had a really strong sophomore season. The summer heading into my junior year, I still remember the day where I was sitting in our film room, and I was watching film on the California Bears. My defensive backs coach, Larry Slade, came in the room. He said, "Inky, I got some good news for you." I dropped the clicker. I said, "What is it?" He said, "Man, you're a projected top 30 draft pick, son." He said, "All you have to do is play the next 10 football games. You're an automatic multimillionaire." I went out of the room. I called my mother and my grandmother on the 3-way. I said, after this season, there will be no more struggling. I said, we would never miss another meal. I said, we would never experience another Christmas where we had to stand on the side of the curb and just be grateful. And I hung it up. First football game, I went out, played great, got an interception, shut Cal down. Second game, we're playing against Air Force, got late in the game, 4th quarter, guy dropped back, he threw the ball to a receiver coming out my sideline. Me and the guy, we went head on. As soon as I hit the guy, I felt as if every breath in my body left. Body went completely limp, fell to the ground, I blacked out. Never happened to me before. When my eyes opened, I'll never forget, my teammates ran over, they said, "Ink, get up, let's go." I said, "I can't." I said, "I can't move." He said, "What do you mean you can't move? You're out lockdown corner, man, we need you, let's go." I said, "I know, man, but this time I can't move." I flipped my head up to the sky, I said, "God," I said, "surely nothing has happened in this moment that can alter my life." They got me over to the hospital, they took me back, they ran CAT scans, they brought me back into my room, and all in a 15-second time frame, the doctor came running in from the opposite side. He said, "Hey, get in here, we gotta rush this guy back to emergency surgery, he's about to die." I said, "What?" He said, "Son, you have busted up subclavian artery in your chest, you're bleeding internally, we have to rush you back, take the main vein out of your left leg, plug it into your chest in order to save your life." When I opened my eyes from recovery, the same doctor was over me. He said, "Son, has some good news and some bad news for you." I said, "You got some bad news for me?" After telling him I was about to die, I'm still alive. How bad can it get? I'm still here.
52.
He said, "The good news is we saved your life." I said, "Thank you, sir." He said, "The bad news is, Ink, you have nerve damage in your right shoulder." I said, "Okay, cool." He said, "But son, it's a strong possibility that you probably can never play the game of football again in your life." I said, "No way." I said, "No disrespect to you, doc, but I've been working for this ever since I was 7 years old." I said, "No disrespect to you, doc, but you wasn't in the park with me and my mother when I was 7 years old and she was sitting in that Buick Regal she got done working at Wendy's. No disrespect to you, doc, but you didn't come up in that 2-bedroom home, 14 people sleeping on the floor. No disrespect to you, doc, but you didn't miss those meals and stay focused and never made an excuse. I never cheated. I never cheated. Like my conscience still until this day won't let me, like I can't cheat. I can't look myself in the mirror and say, "Ink, you did a good job," knowing that I cheated. I can't cheat. One of the greatest pieces of advice that my mother gave me was this: "Son, whenever you start, you make sure you finish it." And the problem with the world today, people get involved with things, and if they don't like a certain person, if they don't like the process, if it's not what they thought it was, they quit. And what they don't understand about quitting becomes a habit that doesn't just affect you. Later on in life, when you get a wife and you get some kids or you get a family, it's going to come back to haunt you, and it will one day affect them. That is why I tell you the process is more important than the product. It's not even about the outcome for me. It's about, can you take pride in what you do as an individual, and every night when you look in the mirror, knowing that you gave everything you had to it. And we have to get to the point where we're willing to impose our will on certain things. Impose your will on it. My life totally changed. And they gave me an opportunity to stop. And most people, when you give them an opportunity to stop while they're chasing something, they take advantage of it because they feel as if, man, why did this have to happen to me? I felt as if, why not me? This is the perfect opportunity to use this to be a blessing to somebody else. And you know what? It's not even about me, to be truthful. It's not even about me now. It's about repaying the people that invested in me and saw something in me when I couldn't see it in myself. At a certain point in life, it can't just be about you. And the moment that we understand that, and every day we wake up, we understand that life is a blessing and life is a gift. And if you were to check out today, how would you want to be remembered? It's bigger than you. And no money doesn't have to be attached to it. It's about learning to work from the inside out in life and not from the outside in. When you work from the inside out in life, you understand your why, you understand your how, and you
76. $79. Woo! Goodness. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. 80. That was 80 push-ups. Now I got 20 more. Seventeen. At 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, that's 20 without the